Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to my thoughts on this recent. I wouldn't call it a debacle. It's more. How should I put this? My thoughts on what is going on with the Star Wars universe at the moment. Well, they have got this director, female director, and she said some interesting things. Let's put it this way. Here's my thought. If you have a director of a Star Wars movie and she's had some interesting directorial ideas, as in she has done war documentaries and she's very, how should I put this, not anti-male, but she wants it to be a full female cast. Well, okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I would rather see what is going to come out of what she does than basically go, oh no, she's done something beforehand that I don't like, and not. I don't even know her name. I know that's particularly rude, but here's the thing. I want to know her name for doing this Star Wars movie, and then I might go back and see what else she's done. It's more... How should I put this? You learn a director's work from the work you look at. Now, if you look at some work of some directors and you just go, what the hell? And then you look at another film which you might like. It's just like, what the hell's the difference? Why does one director doing one film hit every nail on the head and another film completely screw it up? Well, sometimes... Well, actually, let's look at Jon Favreau. Iron Man 1. It is a directorial classic. It is perfectly directed, and there was no real meddling from the studios. Now, we've all seen Favreau's Iron Man 2. Oh my God, what a mess. It doesn't get better with age. Now, what I think everyone really needs to understand is that a director can basically go, sod this, I'm going to do something else. But you are going to be doing a Star Wars movie. That puts you in the history books. Now, you could be in the good side and you could have done the original Star Wars movies. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the directors of that. I'm not a true hardcore, no directors, no every light grip or anything. But I think doing a Star Wars movie, I don't know, is it good for a director's career? I don't know. Frankly, for the bloke who did The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I don't know. Frankly, Force Awakens was a good movie. J.J. Abrams was a good director for that movie. He knew what he was doing. The other two... Well, the last one I feel so sorry for because he was stuck between rock hard place. Because you've got to get this movie out sharpish and you've got to work within a framework. And it's like the middle movie, which was god-awful. I'm so glad I never saw that at cinema. I would have just been like, what is this garbage? I feel so sorry for them because it's like, what else could you do but try and get some sort of nostalgia points? But okay, the Emperor's back. What I really do think is interesting is that the Rogue Squadron movie that was slated a couple of years back was going to be directed by a female, and nobody cared. We wanted our Star Wars Top Gun, and I think we still do. The problem is that we don't seem to like this director, but frankly, I think that's unfair. I would rather see their work, not who they are before they've done their work. It's a piece of entertainment. It's not like a building. It's not like you're asking somebody who hasn't built anything before, or you haven't seen their architectural work. It's more, it doesn't matter because it is not 100% important. And the big problem with it is that we have not had a Star Wars movie in so... What was the last Star Wars movie? The last Star Wars movie was Solo, wasn't it? Or was it Rise of... Was it the end of the sequel trilogy? It was the end of the sequel trilogy, wasn't it? Or was it Solo? Solo Story. I think it was the end of the sequel trilogy. That is taking me back. It's a couple of years now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think... Let's also talk about this idea that there is... I don't know if this is quite the same thing. I'm not going to look this up. But there is a Rey Skywalker trilogy movie set up. And I don't know if this director is doing the Rey Skywalker trilogy or she is just doing a Star Wars movie. Frankly, it's great that they're going to do more stuff with Daisy Ridley, because I think she was good in The Force Awakens. She was shat on in Rise of Skywalker, and she was shat on in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. She was phoning it in because she knew, no offense to the actress, but she was phoning it in. I think everyone was phoning it in. The director, everyone knew that film was not going to be liked, because how the hell you get from The Last Jedi, which was a absolute clusterfuck of a film, to where they were and just go, oh God, I don't know. Alexa, who directed Rise of Skywalker?
Star Wars, Episode 9. The Rise of Skywalker was directed by J.J. Abrams.
Ah! J.J. Abrams directed that. Okay. He had The Force Awakens. He decided not to do the middle one, and he was stuck with what was... Somebody picked up a sandwich and thought, decided, somebody's I'm going to do the pieces of bread. Well, I think he was forced to do the last piece of bread. And somebody was thought, right, you started this sandwich. I'm going to put a lump of coal in the middle. And then a Disney representative told him, slap the other piece of bread on it and call it a day. Yeah, I think I feel sorry for J.J. Abrams because, let's face it, he was stuck, and frankly, he should have done the whole trilogy because he did a good start with Force Awakens. The Rise of Skywalker was a joke, and I do not want to even talk about The Last Jedi. It doesn't. You sort of. Oh, you killed all the classic characters off badly. The only one that got off in a good way was Han Solo because his was a tragic death that meant something. The others were, no offense, but tragic deaths that didn't really mean much other than, well, other than Leia Organa at the end of oh dear. Yeah, I just think, I do think that the Star Wars community has a problem thinking that they are too, oh, this must not be touched, this must not be touched, but we want more. We can't have both. To be honest, we're lucky to get anything. It's, without Favreau, I think the Disney Star Wars sort of canonical era would have been an absolute, not Jon Favreau. Who am I thinking? Bloke who made Clone Wars. Oh, God. Where's that hat? I know who he is. My brain is screaming his name, but it's all coming out in gibberish. Dave Filoni, that's it. Dave Filoni saved Star Wars with Favreau's help. But if you don't like Dave Filoni, Star Wars is dead. And I can't blame you for thinking that, because if you don't like Dave Filoni, there's been nothing to watch, honestly, for Star Wars since Episode 3, if you think about it, because basically everything since, if you don't like Dave Filoni, has been rubbish. If you like Dave Filoni, which I do, I'm quite a fan of his style and his work, he has done great. He has done the Lord's work. The only thing that I think that has been a bit botched has been Boba Fett. I think Star Wars going forward has to evolve. Let's face it, if somebody said there will be a R-rated Star Wars movie, that's brilliant. I think that would be something to save it, because, okay, it is a kids franchise, but let's face it, there are kids who've seen the original films, who are still alive, who love the film, who love the franchise. There are people twice my age who still love the franchise. And I think that having a hard R rating movie, an 18 rated Star Wars movie, would be great. But does Disney have the testicular fortitude to do it? I don't know. We will have to see where Deadpool lands. If Deadpool 3 lands and saves the MCU, because basically, let's face it, The MCU at the moment is in the biggest pile of excrement you can ever see in your life. It is one of the biggest absolute turds in history, because you look at it and you think, hang on, Star Wars is going all right, but the MCU since Endgame has basically been going, WandaVision's good, a couple of other things are good, and then it's just like, oh, we're going on this Kang bullshit, are we? Oh, okay, we'll keep going. Oh, the actor's got accused of assault. Oh, crap. And everything has basically gone to absolute dogpile. It's... If they're going to say, well, I don't know. If they can save the Marvel franchise, it will be a miracle. Frankly, this idea that every so many few years you get this idea, not Chris Hemsworth. Oh. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Oh, I can't remember, but Chris Evans, that's it. The good one, not the fucking one who screwed up Top Gear. If you're not British, you won't know who we're talking about. There's a Chris Evans in the UK who basically dumped Billy Piper. In normal British standards, that is a capital punishment in my eyes. You should be shot, because everyone who just like dumps Billy Piper turns out to be an absolute asshole. She seems to go for them like nothing on earth. But I'm a nice guy, so I've got no chance in hell with her. Sorry, I can't. But I don't know. It's every so often Chris Evans, the American version, the American actor, gets touted. Oh, he's coming back into the MCU. That seems to be something that seems to go the rounds every few months. And you sort of think, well, do you need him back? No. Do you want him back? No. Do you need Robert Downey Jr. back? No. Do you want him back? No. Do you need Scott Johansson back for a Black Widow movie? Yes. Or Scarlett Johansson directing Florence Pugh in the next Black Widow movie, which I think they should do. Let's face it, Florence Pugh is a hell of an actress. Well, you could do it two ways, actually. You could do it as a female spy Black Widow, Marvel's Bond, in other words, in that way. Or you could do it as a buddy cop movie. I think two female leads, Hayley Steinfeld, Florence Pugh, do it as a buddy cop movie. Keep as much seriousness as you can, but have the buddy cop style. You would have a damn good action movie that would sort of work. Florence Pugh could and has done on several occasions, done her own movies and gone, okay, I can lead this myself. But I think it would work. But what has me worried is that if they let Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, she plays Yelena Belova, fall by the wayside, there is a risk. She is doing... There is a team movie coming out. I can't remember what it's... Oh, it's not the Avengers. It's... Oh, was set up in bloody... Falcon and Winter Soldier. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it is going to be interesting to say the least. It's one of those movies that is going to be good, but what worries me about the Marvel Universe is that if the Marvel Universe tanks, what will that do to the Star Wars universe? I know they're linked. They're not even linked, but you've got a lot of people doing Marvel stuff, and you've got a lot of people doing Star Wars stuff. And you've got half a whole franchise set that just basically is going to go, oh, we've got no jobs anymore because nobody wants to watch Marvel movies. Let's put it this way, Marvel fatigue is starting to set in. Let's face it, Loki season 2 was good, but am I going to watch Echo? No, I can't see the point. I'm sorry. If you're going to do a character, try and get her to be part of her own set of TV series, Echo, the deaf villain, isn't one of them. Frankly, it's not that I'm ableist, it's more I don't care. We had Jessica Jones, we had Luke Cage, we had the lower end Marvel characters. We had them there with the Netflix shows. The Netflix shows sort of failed, and then they made the sort of worked, and then they made the Defenders. Nobody gave a toss. It was sort of, okay, that's nice. What else you got? Then Disney bought Marvel, and it was like, oh, okay. So what are you going to do? Oh, you're doing this again, but you're doing this way. I'm being cynical here because, well, I'm getting old. 39. 38 or 39. I think I'm 39. I can't remember how old I am. I don't give a flying monkeys, to be honest. I don't know. I think Star Wars is a hot property if it's done well. It's been done well TV-wise for quite some time. Ever since The Mandalorian, I think we've been on a good stint. There's been nothing wrong in the Star Wars universe since The Mandalorian. And I didn't like Andor, but everybody else seemed to love it. I just got bored. It's like, it's trying to be something it's not, in my view. It's too... yeah. It just didn't work. You're trying to... The Rogue One movie was something special, and you're trying to sort of get the backstory for a character you know is going to live. This is the trouble. And you sort of think, well, what's the point? And you know where the character is going, so it's like, oh, for God's sakes. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think... Tell me what you guys think. Where's Star Wars going? Where's Marvel going? What do you think about the new Star Wars director? Do you even know her name? Do you care to know her name? I don't. No offense to her, but I want to see your work so that you earn knowing your name. I know that's a bit rude, but I don't think that... I don't know. I just think that the whole thing... One of the franchises in the next 10 years is going to die out. And it's going to be Marvel. Unless not John Favreau. Why do I keep thinking John Favreau again? Dave Filoni screws up the Thrawn book, the Thrawn film slash book. Well, Thrawn film that he's making, which is basically heir to the Empire. It's been touted. I think that the Star Wars franchise could last another 20 years. Beyond that, not so sure. But what do you guys think? I think Marvel's... It's on the ropes, let's face it. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Bye.